showing you the signs and the signals. It is my desire to see every one of us to walk in the righteous way of God. When God looked at Job and Satan looked at Job, Satan was jealous when he saw Job was moving in the righteousness of God. The Bible says, and the devil began to monitor Job and say, I want to see how this man moves. And the Bible says the time that they gathered as angels, and God looked at the devil and said, where are you coming from? And the devil says, I'm coming from the earth, to and fro. And God says, you have considered my servant Job. He's a blameless man. And the Bible says, and the devil says, is it not because of what you have given him? Ladies and gentlemen, God told Satan and said, therefore go and get everything, but do not touch his life. So in other words, things can be so bad for you. It doesn't mean to say God has forsaken you. It doesn't mean to say God has left you. It doesn't mean that God has left you. Sometimes the enemy, the devil, can have authority and power trying to tamper with your things. But when you continue to be faithful before God, the Bible says God came and dropped the that of things which he had. So now when you continue in God's mercy, in God's love, God comes to give you his blessing even in abundance. Do not mind about people that are driving. Do not admire. Try to be in his presence and always hearken to his voice, and you shall see how God is going to bless you. Many of you have got different kinds of dreams that you want to do. You have got prayer requests. God settle me maritally. God give me a husband. God give me a job. God, I need a vehicle. God, I need this and that. But there's nowhere to be seen those things. I'm here to tell you, in these last days, you need to understand the fact of always standing on the faith of God and always understanding the voice and the signals of God. Because God says, I change things at the blinking of an eye. God knows the number of the eye of the ear which you have in your head. So now it is you to stand up on the faith of God. In his word, the Bible says in the last days, even the gospel shall be preached everywhere. So now you and me, you have to be careful on how you are moving into your life, on how you are thinking, the people you are with. You discover to say, if I have a friend can make me fit to go to hell. Are you getting it? What I talk with my friend determines what will happen tomorrow for me in day of judgment. Matthew chapter 10 verses 14, the Bible says, if they receive you, let the peace enter the house. But if they have rejected your peace, walk with it and shake off your dust. So now, in other words, there was a rich one which Jesus mentioned there. If I come to someone's house and say I want to preach the gospel, the folks speak in the church. So Jesus says, check off your dust and leave that place. It will be like the days of Sodom and Gomorrah. Even that city which is rejected, it shall be greater than the city which people are not considering. So now people, they can laugh at you, they will reject you. Understand the fact, these are the last days. The kind of the music you listen to, things that you watch on your cell phones, things that you watch on your TV, determines how life will be. The problem of us Pentecostal Christians, we are too much pretenders. The day that my minister of education was public, everybody was laughing at the minister. But forget, even other people, they are dead. They are the number one, stroke number one. That's true. One man texted me and said, Pastor, look at our country. I said, I cannot laugh anybody. We learn from the mistakes of our leaders. When God can open my eyes, I begin to see the prophetic here. When God allows me to say, my son, Pretense is not good at all. Pretense is not good at all. We have people in the days of the last days man.